I'm your host, Mass Kenmore 23, joining me for Open Heart, second year, chapter 10, The Senator. Welcome back, Open Heart. You're getting ready for work when your phone starts buzzing with a call from an unknown number. Hello? Dr. Casey Valentine, this is Gloria Falkhart from Boston Talk. We'd like to schedule an interview with... You roll your eyes and end the call. Crank callers. But your phone immediately starts buzzing again, this time with a different unknown number. What the? A new text alert appears on the screen. You ignore the call and open it. Dr. Ethan Ramsey. Have the press contacted you? Why are they calling me? My phone is blowing up. Check the Channel 4 News item from this morning. Just then, Sienna's voice rips through the early morning quiet. Casey, get out here and see this! You race into the living room and find your roommates gathered around Jackie's phone. On the screen, Ed Ferrugia stands outside of Edenbrook, a swarm of microphones gathered beneath him. Is this illness serious, Senator? Are you worried for your health? Of course not. I'll be getting the finest care from one of the city's premier doctors, Dr. Casey Valentine. Oh, for the love of God, help. Your jaw drops. What is this? Apparently Senator Ed held a press conference this morning. This interview played on a bunch of local stations, and I think a couple of national ones. How does the senator know your name? Because I told it to him when I convinced him to ditch Mass Kenmore, but then the name dropped me on television. This is so cool. No, it's not. I'm surprised. He was trying to fly under the radar of Mass Ken, but he's clearly decided to turn this into a publicity stunt. Must think it'll help him with the voters. This whole thing is too weird. I just wanted to help the hospital out and not become a story, but someone from Boston Talk already called. Wow, do they want you in an interview? I don't know. I hung up. Wait, do you think there will be cameras waiting for Casey at the hospital? Oh my god, I bet there will be. Casey will need to dress for TV. What does that mean? It means get back to your bedroom and put on something a premier doctor would wear. The hell is this? No! What? Why does it feel like it's soft? It's like a little fuzzy. Trying to think of the word for it. We'll come up with it later. Velvet? No. You emerge from your bedroom in an outfit you've been saving for a special occasion. What do you think? That's perfect. It's very... I was gonna go suave. You're gonna be a star, Casey. Oh, come on. Let's go meet my adoring public. Oh, okay. You and your friends pile off the subway and spot a familiar face amid the morning rush. Kira, wait up. Oh, hey guys. Are you seriously planning on working today? Nope, getting readmitted for my last checkup and my surgical prep with Bryce. How are you feeling about it? Weirdly okay. I might die tomorrow, and I might win a chance to live in old age. A year ago, both options would have terrified me. But now that I've checked off a bunch of things on my bucket list, I feel like I've lived a fuller life than most other people. That doesn't seem a bit, morbid to you? Trust me, as we all start dying and getting closer to our deaths that we know, we all become a little bit more morbid. If you've noticed, there's been a change in me, even. I mean, obviously, I want to make it through this thing, but if I don't, I've had a good life. I think that's the right attitude. It's all thanks to you. You helped me find the courage to fight, Casey. Whatever happens, I'm glad knowing that I didn't give up. Don't start now. Don't worry, I wouldn't dream of it. To give your hand a squeeze. We're all so proud of you, Kara. Seriously, you need anything between now and surgery, just call. We'll make it happen. Well, since you're offering, I found a list of sundaes from this awesome ice cream shop you could smuggle in the hospital for me. Didn't Bryce say you had to fast before surgery? I was hoping that was more of a suggestion, but if you insist, some company while I'm bedridden and starving would be nice. That we can definitely manage. Across the parking lot as Bryce pulls up and climbs out of his car. Looking good, Casey. You dress up just to see me? Not exactly. Didn't you watch the news? No. Who watches the news? I like him. Senator Ferrugia talked up Casey's skills on live TV. Now the reporters want to talk to her. Here they come now. Your smile fades as a commotion outside the hospital entrance catches your attention. A mob of people with cameras, microphones, and earpieces turn to look at you as one, and then charge. It's her! Oh, yep. Holy crap, it's something out of a zombie movie. The fast ones, not the slow kind. Casey, are you ready for this? No, run! Who doesn't like getting a little attention, after all? If you get a medical reality show out of this, I want in. The swarm reaches you in seconds, encircling you and your friends in a thicket of cameras and microphones. Dr. Valentine, do you agree with Senator Ed's assessment of you as one of the brightest doctors in Boston? Whoa. I'm just one of a team of excellent doctors. Senator Ed was very kind to single me out, but I'll be working with Dr. Ethan Ramsey, Dr. June Harada, and Dr. Baz Mariana to diagnose his illness and get him back to full health. That's an impressive slate. Why do you think the senator singled you out when you're the least experienced member of the team? Oh, it's nice of you to ask. Bye! If I had to guess, I'd say that as a junior member of the team, I spend more time interacting with our patients, which means I often build a good rapport with them. So you're saying the senator's taken a liking to you? I hope so. A wave of questions breaks out, but you hold your hands up. Sorry, but I need to get to work. But... Alright, that's enough, folks. We got a hospital to run here. Bobby Gunderson. You glance back to see Edenbrook's security guard, Bobby, strolling up behind you. At a stern glare, the reporters reluctantly move aside. Thanks for the assistance, Bobby. Yeah, you got your reason. I got a hospital full of reporters, huh? Trying to make my life hell? My bad, Bobby. Buy you a coffee to make it up to you? Hey, man, you put in a good word with the senator, huh? Bobby Gunderson, Secret Service? I got a nice ring to it, no? What, then leave your favorite hospital behind? Favorite? My oldest is turning 16 this year, and Edenbrook ain't gonna help me buy her a car. With a laugh, you turn from Bobby and march towards the hospital. You enter the diagnostics office and are surprised to see Ed Ferrugia and his assistant sitting at the conference table with the rest of the team. Casey, glad you can make it through the throng. Ah, there she is, Dr. Valentine. He reaches his hand out to you. You take it, meeting his warm eyes as he gives you a firm handshake. We're not supposed to be doing this, it's 2020. No handshakes, damn it. Hello, Senator. I'm so glad to see you at Edenbrook. I'm happy I listened to you. I'm already so much more at ease than I was at Mass Kenmore. I don't know what Travis was thinking taking me there. I'm sorry, sir, right? Oh, no, I'm not blaming you. We all make our mistakes. Not on this team, we don't. Now, I'd like to see my excellent doctors in action. We don't typically brainstorm in front of our patients. Believe me, Casey, that information has been conveyed. I'm not a typical patient, Dr. Valentine. Travis, hand me my phone. I want to take notes while the doctors mull over my case. Here you are, sir. Senator's aide opens a heavy-looking bag and passes the senator's phone. Can I get you anything before we begin, Senator? A coffee laced with chloroform. I never touch stuff, but I could use a water, Travis. Jesus God, I feel sorry for Travis. Travis sets a worn stainless steel water bottle and a reusable cup on the table in front of bed. Ethan pinches his eyes closed and turns to the team. Let's talk symptoms. June, you did the initial consult. It has been experiencing headache, stomachache, specifically in the lower abdomen, and constipation. I'm as bloated as a balloon. A small-town mayor that might have been endearingly every man, but a senator needs a certain presence. You started out as a mayor? Indeed. In fact, Travis was one of my constituents back in the day, weren't you, Travis? If you can call a 10-year-old a constituent. Anyway, enough about the ancient history. Please keep going on with your analysis. The senator has also experienced some tingling in his hands and feet. I believe that's all the symptoms we have on record. Constipation, tingling in hands and feet. First impressions? A bacterial infection leading to meningitis. Have you been in close contact with anyone who might be ill, Senator? Well, I'm unmarried. I'm too busy to date, so the only person I'm around is, in what you'd call a close capacity is Travis. Are you feeling well, Travis? Fit as a fiddle, I'm afraid, sir. Senator, can you tell me if you've made any changes to your routine recently? Well, I am a senator, Dr. Valentine. I don't have a set of daily routines. My day is whatever it needs to be. Fair, but what about new skin or hair care products? Maybe dietary changes? No. He's pretty consistent. I have all of his regular products here if you'd like to see them, and I can get you a list of what he has at home. That's very helpful, thank you. So nothing different about your life lately? I did buy a house recently. Beautiful fixer-upper by the river. When did the renovation start, Travis? About a month ago, sir. By the river. Are there mosquitoes in the area? Also, what age of the house? Possible lead? Oh, swarms. I was covered in bites until Travis had a bug spray to my little arsenal. Though I suppose presenting my funding bill for addiction services with my forearms covered in little red marks had certain visual impact. You're advocating for addicts? That's very noble. It's a cause close to my heart. Addiction is a disease as serious as any other, and we owe people suffering from it our help. Couldn't agree more. Plus, focusing our efforts on treatment would take pressure off the police force, reduce prison population. I should have had you pitch the bill for me. Would you ever be willing to travel down to D.C. for a hearing? Can we focus? We were at mosquitoes. I'm thinking we should do a blood test for West Nile virus. Baz, add West Nile to your list of tests. Senator, if you'd be so kind, follow Dr. Valentine to your assigned room and stay there. Whatever you say. Dr. Harada, but please, be sure to send for me when you reach the next stage of brainstorming. Ethan sighs, but doesn't contest it, waving you all away with a weary hand. He's seriously like House. He's like me too. Moving on. You've just gotten Ed and Travis settled in and are heading off to your next consult when... You what? I told him he'd be fine once he took the Timothyol for a minute. Okay, but you told him he has to take it twice a day for the rest of his life, right? And come in for regular physical therapy and mental health checkups. I may have forgotten to mention that. Is it really that important? You're a doctor? Holy shit. He has multiple sclerosis. It's currently incurable. This patient will live with it for the rest of his life. It's going to be hard. I know that, but I'm gonna need you to turn around and make sure the patient knows it too. But he'll be so bummed. Can't you do it for me just this once? He'll probably be bummed, but the only way to learn from this mistake is to fix it yourself. You are capable of that, aren't you? I can do it, Dr. Green. Good. Sothy takes a deep breath and walks away. You smile at Elijah as he sighs. Elijah, it's about time. I know, even Inez never coddled us the way I've been coddling him, but damn, that was hard. And as a doctor, you're going to have to make those hard decisions, my friend. I'm going to miss his friendship, but if I really care about him, I need to make sure he succeeds as a doctor. You can't help but remember all the times Ethan said something similar to you in your intern year. You put a hand on Elijah's shoulder. I'm proud of you. Good, because I've got a player 2 vacancy in Mario Kart that needs filling. Hey! I call Mario. Or Yoshi. You continue on your consult when you notice Esme literally hitting her head against the corridor wall. Esme? What are you doing? Anger management. I just got a new case. She hands you a chart with a familiar name listed as a patient. Garrett Thorne, as in plastic surgeon Garrett Thorne, whose hand you broke at the bar. I can get this transferred to someone else. No, I'm not afraid of him. I just need to stay cool. Well, I'm coming with you to make sure everything's okay. You brace yourself as you enter Thorne's room, preparing for the worst. He paces the room, still in his work clothes. You hold your breath as he looks sharply at you. I don't need 2 doctors. This hardly warrants 1 from where I'm standing. Thorne folds his arms defiantly at you, but you don't see any recognition in his expression. You glance at Esme, her mouth drawn in a tight line of anger. He doesn't even remember us. Yeah, that's what happens when you're drunk. Let Esme handle it. Nod to Esme with a smile. She stands a little straighter. You only have 1 doctor assigned to you today, Dr. Thorne. Dr. Valentine is my resident. She'll be shadowing me today, if that's alright with you. They've pwned me off for an intern, seriously. You see the effort Esme puts into keeping her voice level. I don't know who they are, but I assure you, you're in good hands. Whatever. I need you to prescribe me alpha blockers so I can get back to work. He flipped through the chart and raised an eyebrow. It says here you pissed yourself and fell on your ass in public. Oh boy. You've been experiencing some incontinence and balance problems. Can you tell us more about that? It was humiliating enough for the first time, thank you. Doctor, I need to know what we're dealing with. Was this the result of something external? Alcohol, maybe? Are you accusing me of drinking on the job? No, I'm just trying to get a full picture of what happened. Fine, I lost control of my bladder and I fell against a wall. It happens to plenty of men once they reach a certain age. Really? Because I've never fallen against a fucking wall. Prostate problems would fit the symptoms. True, but I'd like to run a few tests to be certain. Don't bother. I've had no other incidents, no other symptoms. There's no explanation for this other than BPH. But I'm not asking intern, I'm telling, prescribe me the blocker so I can get back to surgeries I'm scheduled for today. Motion to Esme and step out into the hall. She follows you with a face with like thunder. I hate that asshole. I know we're supposed to care for our patients, but I want to sock him in the jaw. Trust me, I know. Deep breaths, count to 10. Think of all the awful patients you wished you could have unloaded last year and give a rueful smile. Last year, I had to treat a man who only stopped yelling at me long enough to burp in my face. I asked my attending to take me off the case, but he wouldn't. Turns out there was as much to learn from a rude patient who will never thank you for what you do as much as the pleasant ones. This isn't a good pep talk. It's not a pep talk, it's a reality check. Thorne's just the first in a long line of patients you'll wish you didn't have to deal with. So how do I handle him? Do I just take his word for it and that's it? It's BPH and give him the alpha blockers? You're his doctor, you tell me. An enlarged prostate gland would explain incontinence. Well, that and karma, but something feels off. Normally, I'd still want to run some tests, but he is a senior doctor. He'd know better than me, right? Esme? You should follow your gut. What if he calls the chief on me? It doesn't matter. Right now, he is but a patient. It doesn't matter what his rank is, what his education is, no matter what. He is but a patient. If he doesn't like your verdict, if he doesn't like your findings, if he doesn't like your procedure, you go to someone else, or he goes to someone else. Then let him. You're in charge of the situation, not Thorn. Hell yeah, I am. She gives you a nod and marches back into Thorn's room. You smile, proud of her, and leave her to fly solo. That afternoon, Ed's test results come back, and he's negative for everything you tested for. You lean back in your chair as Ethan paces around the conference table. What about cerebral thrombosis? It would explain the headaches, if nothing else. Have you had any trouble with your vision, Ed? I don't think so. I collect glasses for reading, but I've had them since, Travis? Since 2017, sir. White cell count is also normal. In fact, everything is normal. You're one healthy man, and I try. Lately, I've been trying to eat a little better. Less meat, less dairy. I'm not practicing. What's the word, Travis? Vegan. Your eyes flick between Ed and Travis. Weird. Did he just forget the word vegan? Travis? Is he normally this forgetful? Why are you asking him? Because you're the one who always asks him questions. It depends on what you mean by forgetful. I'm in charge of his wallet, his keys, his personal booking, his scheduling, his phone. Holy sweet Jesus Christ, you're literally his walking around like short-term memory. But that's what an aide is for. Every politician I know has one. That's true, but not remembering words is a little different. Especially in a man who's been known for his incredible intellect and recall. Actually, when you put it that way, I suppose I haven't been feeling as sharp lately. Do you know when it started? Ed turns to Travis, who frowns, trying to recollect. I suppose it must have been a few months ago. And when did you buy your fixer-upper house? A few months ago. Ah, look at that, I was right. Ed, I have a hunch, and I'm gonna need another blood sample to test, though. You return to the office a little later to find Ed pacing nervously. You triumphantly present Ed's blood test results. My hunch was right. Yes! Listen, I called that shit. My hunch was right. There were high levels of lead in Ed's blood. Lead poisoning? Do you know what could have caused it? The old fixer-upper house. Before the 70s, a lot of houses' paints contained lead. Ed's fixer-upper is probably full of it. We should send someone over there to collect paint samples. Already have, and I've called the renovation company to warn them that their crew may have been exposed to lead. Well done, Casey. Senator, we'll start you on a course of... Yes, as soon as Travis calls a press conference. Oh, and contact our friend at the Chronicle. I'm thinking a headline along the lines of Senator refuses to let his dangerous illness slow down the addiction bill. Senator, would you like to hear our treatment plan? I trust you all know what you're doing. Yes, but we need to trust that you can stick to our treatment plan. You'll need injections of... Sweet Mother of God medical term. I give up. Most doctors just go be like, ethylene acid. But here at Pixelberry, they just want to include the full medical term. Which may take some time to work, and there could be side effects. We'll need to keep you here to monitor you for at least a week. Fine, I can work for here just as easily as someone anywhere else. Ed's phone buzzes. Travis shows him the name on the first screen. I'll take that. You all go save some lives. You're in our office. Ed turns away and starts speaking rapidly into the phone, completely ignoring Ethan. Oh, Ethan pinches the bridge of his nose and then sighs. June, you prepare the first of EDA injection. Baz, tell security to keep the press out. AC, when you can, get him back to his room. Sure thing. The team disperses, leaving you alone with Travis and Ed. You know, Travis is busy typing on his phone, so you let your attention wander back to Ed and his phone call. You're missing the point. The Rehabilitation Access Bill will send crime rates tumbling. It's the right thing for Massachusetts. As he listens to the reply, Ed swings his chair back towards Travis and shoots him a broad green thumbs up. Travis returns the thumb, barely looking up from his phone. If it's that important to you that I hold off on this, I'm gonna need to know I have your support. Yes, I think a campaign contribution of that magnitude would be a strong show of support. Consider that bill dead in the water. What? Wait. Did he just agree to shelve his addiction bill? What the hell happened? Democracy in action. But he's supposed to be one of the most progressive members of the Senate, and he said that bill was close to his heart. How could he just... Ed's voting record is progressive, but that's because he waits until a bill looks like it'll pass, then jumps on at the last second. That way he keeps his success rate high and looks like a hero who got it over the line. So, he's just like every other politician. Not exactly. There are some people in DC trying to make real change and do real good. He's just not one of them. You sound like you don't even like him. Do you like your boss? Actually, yeah. Lucky you. You look back at Ed, grinning like the Cheshire Cat as he talks on the phone. How can you not get demoralized, seeing this every day? I don't have to respect him to be a good assistant, and anyway, working for Ed's just a means to an end for me. How inspiring. Yep. Welcome to politicians, folks. I've dealt with them. Welcome also to America. That night, Travis knocks on the door as you and your team are packing up to leave. Oh Christ, what now? Hey, Ethan, shh! I wanted to let you know that I'll be driving Ed over to the A&B studios for a TV interview. What about the words, keeping him here for monitoring, does he not understand? He thought you'd say that. He'd like the two of you to join him on the air so you can stay close. As a thank you, he'll talk up your team. A&B is a national news channel, Ethan. This is a huge opportunity for us. Ethan sighs. Fine, but only if he promises to follow his treatment plan to the letter the second this interview is over. So, who are we sending for the interview? This is your chance to promote Edenbrook to a national audience with Ethan Ramsey at your side. I have a question. Why don't we let it slip about the addiction bill and talk about how... Because remember, we didn't know. You have to play ignorant. We didn't eavesdrop on the call, so, he's pushing this addiction bill. It's really close to his heart. Why don't we do that? Because people only care about things for themselves, folks. Me, I in no way agreed to that. You're the head of the diagnostics team. You have to represent us. Oh, you'll be wonderful on TV, Ethan. You have such a commanding presence. I was gonna go with you'll be wonderful if you ignore your instincts and pretend the camera is one of the 4 people you actually respect. Do it for Edenbrook, Ethan. Fine. I have room in my car for both of you. We'll leave in 10. A short drive later, you, Ethan, and Senator Ed are backstage at the studio, waiting to be called by the show's host. Ed leans over to you, eyes gleaming. This is an opportunity to be a very big opportunity for you, Doctor. One good TV interview can do wonders for your entire career. You move away, unable to forget the way you heard him sell out a bill close to his heart only hours before. Senator? Not everyone is obsessed with advancing their careers. I'm a doctor. The well-being of my patients comes before anything else, including me. Yes, of course. As a public servant myself, I understand exactly what you mean. So you believe in putting your constituents first, no matter what? Well, of course, but remember, Doctor, that the more power you obtain, the more people you can help. Ethan raises an eyebrow at you as Ed steps away and signals Travis for a drink. Travis pours him a cup of water. What was that about? You seemed uncomfortable with him for the first time all day. Ever heard the good senator give up his rehab bill in exchange for a hefty donation? Why is everyone so disappointing? Oh, the risk of sounding like some sort of optimist. They're not. You just need to choose who to put your faith in and forgive yourself when you're wrong. Okay, question. If I didn't put my faith in anyone, and I just sit here and I watch just people screw one another over, what then? And what do I do if I'm about to be live on national television with a person who didn't deserve the faith I put in? Ethan shrugs and gives you a faint smile. Whatever you think is best. They're ready for you now. You file onto the set and sit down on a couch across from the host. The cameras are still off as you settle in. Well, goodness, look at this duo naturally telegenic doctors. Sin, I thought you'd be checked into a public hospital, not paradise. I am in excellent hands, Chris. Well, that you are. Now, doctors, I want you to relax and just address all your answers to me. Forget the camera thing. We're just four people having a cozy conversation, and we're on in 3, 2, welcome back to A&B Nightly News Hour. I'm your host, Chris Ahrens, and I'm joined by superstar Massachusetts Senator Ed Ferrugia, and members of his incredible diagnostic team, Dr. Ethan Ramsey and Dr. Casey Valentine. It's a pleasure to be here again, Chris. Dilla said, are you going to be okay? Well, I won't lie to you, it was a close one. If these two weren't so incredibly smart, I might not be caught it in time, but I'll let them explain. Doctors, what was this mysterious illness? The senator had a fairly advanced case of lead poisoning. From the paint on the beautiful old home I'm renovating in the heart of my constituency, just goes to prove the importance of public health initiatives. Oh my, was this a difficult case to diagnose? No case is too difficult if you work calmly and methodically, as a team always does. But in this case, Dr. Valentine made the diagnosis. Yes, the famous Dr. Valentine, a doctor as brilliant as you must be in high demand. Can you talk us through your process? I literally winged it. Okay. Actually, Chris, this diagnosis belongs to the whole team. There are 4 of us, including June Harada and Dr. Baz Marani. We all bring something unique to the table. No diagnosis is possible without every member of the team. And what does Dr. Ramsey here bring to the team? Grumpiness. Sexiness, but grumpiness. There are so many qualities I could list. Ethan is a brilliant diagnostician with years of experience under his belt, but most importantly, he's our leader, our rock. He sets the standards and we all work by. His strong ethics are something I strive to live up to. Dr. Ramsey, same question. What does Dr. Valentine bring to Edenbrook's diagnostics team? Fresh eyes, an initiative spirit, and an empathy for her patients that cannot be matched. I can attest to that. And will Ed recover to full health after being in such capable hands? He will, with some rest. It'll take more than a little lead poisoning to stop me from helping American middle class. Doctors, I wonder what impression Senator Ed has made on you over the past few days. Has he won your vote in his next election? I'm afraid I have a policy against discussing my politics on live national television. Fair enough, Dr. Valentine? Ed gives you an encouraging smile. Commit Ed to some progressive legislation on air. You have to play the game. Because again, we're doctors, we don't care about our career. Not in the terms of advancement. Once you're a doctor in this field, the only way you can go up is to a more prestigious hospital, and we're pretty good the best one, so... commit. Oh, he's absolutely the real deal. Not only has he been telling us about his plans to sponsor a wonderful bill to increase drug rehabilitation services, but he's also shared his enthusiasm for a bill to promote competition in the pharmaceutical drug market. Whoop! Ethan throws you a subtle, approving smile as Ed struggles to keep his expression under control. Really? What part of legislation would achieve this? I'm a little hazy on the details, but my understanding was that the senator was proposing to strictly limit the lengths of patients on life-saving medications. That way, well-understood illnesses won't be a choice between life and bankruptcy for the most vulnerable individuals. Do I have that right, Senator? Yes, we'd all be interested in hearing more about this proposed bill. Yes. Casey is correct. I'll be bringing the bill to the floor shortly. You hear it here, folks. We're almost out of time, but my producer and several members of the crew have begged me to ask one last question. Dr. Ramsey, please tell us, you're single. You hide a smile as Ethan studiously avoids looking at you. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not. Care to elaborate? No. What the hell do you think you're playing at, Valentine? I'm helping you win the progressive vote, Senator. Bills like that would be a huge hit with your constituents. And make me a pariah with my biggest donors. Let me guess. There's some pharmaceutical companies on that list? Damn straight. They don't give millions to people trying to rehabilitate junkies or gut their profit margins. You presumptive... Choose your words very carefully, Senator. Senator, I have a phone call for you. Several, actually. I bet you do. Marches out of the room with a filthy look at you, leaving you alone with Ethan. Proud of yourself? Yep. Good. Oh my. You find yourself standing close together, his lips a mere breath away. Not single, huh? What's that saying? It's complicated. His lips tentatively brush yours, lingering there for a moment, before he pulls away with a sigh as Travis sticks his head in the door. I'm about to drive the senator back to Edenbrook. Coming. Just not in the way you'd like. Early in the next morning, you hear a familiar voice as you head into the back entrance of the hospital. Casey. You slow to wait for Rafael, a pang of sadness hitting you as you remember what he told you the other night about moving to Brazil. Hey, Raph. Miss us already? You can, just text, you know. No need to show up at the hospital. I'll, have to get used to that, won't I? But I'm actually just here to pick up my last paycheck. How are you so perky right now? Because I'm excited for Brazil. I've never lived anywhere but Boston. I have to experience the world. I'm happy for you, Raph. Oh, tell that to your face. When do you head out? My flight leaves tomorrow afternoon. And is Sora going with, or... no, at least not right now. We're not quite ready for a leap that big, but she already has tickets for a visit next month. So, you're not just here to pick up your last paycheck, you're here to say goodbye. Yeah. Heads up! Rafael snakes out a hand to catch an errant basketball before it can slam into you. Please tell me that wasn't your shot. Don't blame me, blame the interns. You look over to see a couple of surgical interns gathered on Edenbrook's small basketball court. Shouldn't you be prepping for Kira's surgery today? I am. This is how I get in the zone. You want to join in with the one last showdown, Raph? I'm in if Casey is. What do you say, Casey? One last game before I go? Play a friendly game of basketball with Rafael and the rest of your friends. This will be the last chance to spend time with him before his big move. I have a question to all you fans of Rafael. How does it feel? No, seriously, I'm being curious. Pixelberry really screwed you people over. I just want to know, how does it feel? Just let me know in the comments. Let's do this. Casey, you're on my team. I do like winning. Oh, then you picked the wrong partner. Flashes a megawatt smile and snatches the ball back from Rafael, dribbling it back to the hoop. Hey. Bryce puts up an easy layup, grinning as he catches his own rebound. Bryce 2, loser 0. Pretty sure they don't count the game until it has actually started. Consider the official game on, then. Better get out of here before my points start counting. You and Rafael laugh and run on to the makeshift court. One of the surgical interns tosses the ball to you. Let's do this thing. Game on. Less talk, more being totally dominating, you two. You start dribbling as Bryce bears down on you. You turn your back to protect the ball from him. He snakes a toned arm around your waist, trying to steal it. Over here! Pass the ball to Rafael. Pass the ball to Rafael, he catches it, pivots around as a defender, and the practice ease arches a beautiful three-point shot right through the hoop. Making this too easy, Lahalia. What was that about you saying about picking the wrong partner? Lucky start. Jackie, Elijah, and Sienna stop at the edge of the court on their way into the hospital. You guys look like you're having way too much fun for this time of the morning. We're playing a farewell game for Rav. You guys in? Oh, hell yeah. Sounds like fun. Fine. Intern Scatter, Jackie, you're with me. Got it. Who are we picking, Casey? That's easy, my boy Elijah over here. Elijah gives a whoop as he wheels himself to your side. Wait till you see me at that free throw line. Welcome to the team, buddy. You're with us, Sienna. Yay, sports ball! And that's why. That right there is why. Jackie glances at Bryce's bare chest and then pulls her top over her head. I guess we're going shirts versus skins. Wow, I'm gonna take my top off in the hospital parking lot. Listen, Sienna, let loose a little. I'm pretty sure we'll remember who we have on our tiny teams. Let's do this. Shirts, you can start with a ball. Bryce tosses the ball to Raph, and the game begins. You spend the next 15 minutes chasing your friends around the court, exchanging praise and insults. The scores are tied as you approach the end of the game. The other team has the ball. Who has the ball? I'm giving it to her. Sienna grins as she lines up the shot. You reach her before anyone else on your team can. Dr. Sink is here to save the day. Sienna, you know we're not playing pool, right? Do it, Sienna. Stop her, Casey. Trash-talking her, mooning her. You know what, I'm gonna moon. You turn your back to Sienna and slide down your pants, shaking your bare butt right in her eyeline. I heard you like buns, Sienna. Sienna looks away with a screech of laughter. Wrong buns, wrong buns! There's no finer bread than this. I know we're roommates, but there is a limit to how much I'd want. Hey! Raph swoops past, easily stealing the ball from her hands. You dirty dogs! Oh! Too easy. Raph lines up the shot, but Bryce swoops in to block it just as it leaves his hands. Bow wow, sorry losers. The battle resumes, up and down the makeshift court until finally, with 30 seconds to go, the ball comes to you. Go for the hoop, Casey. You've got this, Casey. Alley-oop to Raph. Aim for the basket. Line up the shot, the ball sails through the air and drops through the hoop with a satisfying swish of the net. Yes! God damn it. Amazing shot, Casey. winners and still champions. Bryce watches on as you embrace your team in a triumphant group hug. Consider this your going away present, Raph. It sounds like a rematch, dog. Let's say that for the next year visit. I'm sweaty enough as it is. I hate to bring this to an end, but I should get inside. I have paperwork to sign, people to say goodbye to. Bryce and Jackie pull on their shirts. I should get in there and start prepping Kara. And the rest of us need to get to work. Bow your head and a lump growing in your throat. So, we have to say our goodbyes now? I guess so. Clasped Elijah's hand tight in a farewell. Take care of yourself, Elijah. Keep spreading the good, man. I'll do just what you do. Minus the getting myself into trouble every 4 seconds. Rafael moves on to Sienna, engulfing her small frame with an enormous hug. I'm really gonna miss having you sneak out to the ambulance dock to let me taste test your baking. I'll send batches to Brazil, but you better send me postcards in return every week. No, every other day. I'll do my best. Jackie? Jackie smiles and opens her arms. Yeah, you get a hug, but only because you're leaving. I'll cherish it for the rare treasure it is. Go easy on yourself, okay? I'll try. Moves on to Bryce. The two of them embrace tightly. I'm gonna miss you, man. Who am I gonna go on adventures with now? I'm sure you'll find a worthy replacement. And for the record, I expect every single one of you to visit me in Brazil as soon as you get some time off, that is. Don't worry. I don't think you're gonna have a hard time selling us on that vacation. Rafael looks at you with a bitter, sweet smile. Come on, I'll walk you in. Are you sure about this move, Raph? Why rush into it? I'm not gonna pretend I'm not nervous. My whole plan is to crash on my cousin's couch when I get there, but it feels right. The last few weeks have been hard, Casey, directionless. It's given me a lot of time to think about who I am and who I want to be. And that's not as a paramedic? That's what I'm gonna find out. It's clear there's no talking him out of it, and you're frankly not sure you should, which means there's only one thing left to do. Filling your arms around his neck, holding him tight. I hope you find what you're looking for, Raph. I really do. Same to you, Casey. You're gonna be great. I'm really gonna miss you. I'll miss you too, but it's not like this is goodbye. I've got a feeling we'll see each other again real soon. When you need me the most, I'll be there, I promise. Like Superman? Exactly. You dock into the cafeteria to grab a cup of coffee. Zaid stands ahead of you in line. He gives you a flat look. You look awfully casual for someone whose intern just ordered one of the most painful waking procedures on Dr. Thorne. Oh God. You ditch the coffee line and run. You watch helplessly through the window of Thorne's room as Esme extracts a needle full of fluid from between his vertebrae. I'll have your job for this, you little hack! Sure you will. You can roll over now. Esme steps out of the corridor with a sample. You gave Thorne a spinal tap? I trust you had a reason to do that. I just hope for your sake your hunch is right, because he's 100% the kind of guy to sue. Yeah, he threatened me with legal action 16 times in the last hour. Trust me, I rolled everything else out before I ordered it. I checked his prostate like he wanted, obviously, and it wasn't enlarged, but he's been rubbing at his lower back a lot. It turns out both sides of his spinal cord show inflammation. He's interrupting communication between his nerve system and his bladder. Transverse myelitis? But what's causing it? I ran a bunch of blood tests to rule out the potential viral causes. Flu, Zika, Hep B, the works. All negative, which leaves... Your jaw drops. Cancer? Normal pressure hydrocephalus. Oh God, we have to test that sample now. You and Esme return an hour later with the results confirming Esme's hunch. Thorne sits in his bed furious. Good! You're back and reporting the two of you to Benici this time, and the ethics committee. They'll have your credentials so fast you'll... How about you listen to what your doctor has to say before you make any more of a fool of yourself, Dr. Thorne? Dr. Thorne, you have normal pressure hydrocephalus. I what? You're actually lucky it caused your transverse myelitis, which led to your incontinence issues. It's commonly presents like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease. If Dr. Ortega had given you the alpha blockers you asked for, your cognitive state would have worsened and put your patients at risk. Esme shoots a smile at you. Dr. Thorne blinks, processing this information. You'll need a shunt. Dr. Emery will be here for your surgical consult soon. In the meantime, I think you owe Dr. Ortega an apology. You want me to thank an intern for doing her job? Yes, actually. Because you treated her like crap the entire time. I do. There aren't many doctors in this hospital who would have stood up to you and done their due diligence. Fine. Thank you, Dr. Ortega, and I apologize. Yeah, that's great and all, but pass. She winks at you and leaves the room with her head held high. You look back at Thorne, but instead of fury, you see a sudden glimmer of recognition. What's a pretty little thing like you doing all on your lonesome? I could fix that. Pass. You slip out of the room before Thorne can say anything. I like her. I do. I like her. Later, you hurry up to the 6th floor just in time to see Bryce wheeling Kira out of her room towards the OR. You made it. I was hoping to see your face before the big slicey. You can't help but think of the last time you watched Bryce wheel Kira away for a dangerous surgery. Of everything you've been through together since, you realize you reach for her hand and squeeze tight. I can't believe you're still cracking jokes on the way to the OR. Just you wait. I'm going to be cracking jokes for the next 50 years. Even if I die, I'll be the hilarious ghost of Edenbrook. Casey, I have to get her to surgery. Okay, Bryce, just take care of her for me. I'll treat her like she's family, Casey. Hell, she practically is. Take that back. I refuse to let someone so hot be a brother figure. Fine, I'll treat you like a goddess I'm terrified to let die. Much better. Cute. Kira looks up at you with a brave smile, but it quickly fades when she sees your face. She rolls her eyes. Stop looking at me like you're never gonna see me again. I already told you, if I die today, I'm on your ass. Her laughter lingers in the hallway after Bryce wheels her away. You take a deep breath, hoping that it won't be the last time you hear her voice. I might not be able to be there for her in the OR, but I can watch over her from the observation room. You're hurrying down the hallway to the observation room when you nearly smack into Danny, the nurse. Casey, I was looking for you. I have the results from the paint sample you had tested. You marked it urgent. It's negative? There wasn't any lead in Ed's house? Retreat to the empty diagnostics office and take a seat at the computer, typing Ed's name into a search engine. Where else could he have been exposed to Len? Maybe he traveled somewhere recently? Scroll through the page after page of new items tracking Ed's every move, but nothing jumps out. As articles get older and the headlines start referring to him as Mayor Ed, one link in particular catches your eye. 3 dead in lead poisoning scandal. Aging lead pipes have been poisoning the water supply for 30 years. 3 deaths including 13-year-old Jonathan Perry? Oh god, that's Travis's last name, and he said that he and the senator were from the same town. You jump to your feet and bolt out of your office. Security guard Gunderson stands outside the senator's room chatting idly with Raph. Bobby, call the police now. What's going on? The senator's aide, Travis. I think he's been poisoning him. You're kidding! That little Weasley guy? I just saw him in the senator's room. He was acting kind of funny. We need to get in there now. With Bobby radios the police, the three of you burst into Ed's room. You find Travis bent over near Ed's bedside, rummaging into a backpack, while nurse Danny checks some charts. They'll look up as you enter. Dr. Valentine, what's going on?
Something the matter? Travis, step away from the senator now.
A long, tense moment passes, and Ed turns to stare at the aide with dawning horror. Travis, what's this about? Travis stares at Ed for a long moment, and lets out a weary exhale. If I had to guess, it's about the fact that I've been poisoning you. What?
Alright, come with me.
Bobby steps forward to take hold of Travis as Ed scurries out of bed, moving towards the door, but everyone stops when Travis whips his hand up, revealing a black canister. What the hell is this?
Stand back, I mean it. Travis, please, think about what you're doing.
It's not over.
Not yet.
Travis, killing Ed won't bring your brother back. You think I don't know that? I tried to move past Johnny's death for years, but it destroyed my family, my parents, me. Travis, let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. If I leave this place, I'm going to jail, so I might as well die and take Ed with me. Travis, what's in that can? Justice. Just let's go, please. We're not a part of this. Shut up! Travis's arm shakes with rage, his fingers curl dangerously around the canister's trigger. Travis, for God's sakes, you'll get someone killed! Like you got my brother killed? What? My brother is dead because of your cost-cutting, backroom deals. He was just a kid. I went to sleep every night for years, dreaming of how I'd make you pay. I planned this for years. Travis glances back to you. It didn't have to be this way. You could have let him die. You heard his phone call. You knew what kind of man he was. I'm a doctor, Travis. I had to do my job.
Casey's right, Travis. Come along with me. Let's end this thing.
Bobby reaches out to put a hand on Travis, but Travis tugs himself away. Spraying a blast in Bobby's face, Bobby drops to his knees, gasping and choking.
What?
No! Oh my God, Bobby! Bobby collapses, writhing, as Danny instinctively runs to his side. He presses his fingers to the artery of Bobby's neck. They come away, smeared with an oily sheen. I think he's going into cardiac arrest, Casey. Take a step forward to help Danny, but Travis raises the canister again, face contorted with rage and pain. It didn't have to be this way. His finger starts to pull the pin on the canister again. You stumble as someone pushes you out of the way and tackles Travis with the force of a freight train. Raph! Ah! In the confusion, Ed bolts out of the room and down the hall. No! Raph tries to grab the canister, but it's too late. Travis squeezes down hard. You hear a faint hiss as the aerosol canister deploys. It mostly hits Raph and Travis, though some ends up on you and Danny. A light mist settles on your bare hands and tickles your throat. A horrible coughing fills the room. Travis gags and gasps, his face shiny with an oily, transparent substance. Oh my God. Oh no, oh no. You look at Raph in stunned silence. He's covered in the oily sheen. Raph, you're... It's on all of us. What the hell is it? Casey. He looks at the window and sees Ethan looking inside, his eyes wide. Oh God. The senator's aide has been released, or has just released something lethal in the hospital, with you, Bobby, Danny, and Raph in the room. Can you cure this before it's too late? Keep playing to find out. Interesting. This is exactly like what happened in the episode with House. At least I'll give it to them. At least they're being somewhat creative. And they're using also a really good show as kind of like a backdrop. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content. As I recall, Chapter 11 will be out today as well, so stay tuned to that. Also, I'll be streaming on Twitch later today. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace.